This week's original focus was going to be game design, but I haven't done any. So let's just skip the whole video now, shall we? So, as always, please like, subscribe, and see you next week. Just kidding. Not about the not having done any game design part, because I really didn't do anything. I have been quite busy the last few weeks because I landed a VR side job. Yay! And now I have to juggle my time between Cyberdam, the VR project, my Unity assets, and making these videos. This is something I really did foresee when I started this year. Well, I promised myself that I had enough buffer to be able to do a whole year focused fully on Cyberdam. I wouldn't take any side gigs. But the VR job is really nice, and the extra bit of income, well, it can greatly improve Cyberdam itself and also my business in the future. I did accept the side gig, and now I have to juggle between 4 critical tasks in the coming month, which is also the duration of the side gig. And therefore, it is time for some time management. While each job is very important for my business, some more than others. So, for instance, my Unity assets, FSR3 and DLSS, they are great side jobs, and I will always keep supporting them on my Discord for people who are having issues with them. But I will have to put a hold on the further development of new features like frame generation, at least for the coming weeks. This leaves me with only 3 very important tasks. I am really trying to make each video on YouTube better than the last one. To such an extent that the last 2 or 3 videos took me 2 days to create for each video instead of just 1 day. I am quite happy with the overall quality of these videos now, but for now I will have to focus on optimizing the time and speeding up the process of creating and publishing them. I will have to mothf.clamp. I'm sorry, I really don't know why I allowed this joke. The allotted time I have for the creation of these videos to 1 day. And that just leaves me with 2 critical tasks that would both be a full-time job in a normal situation. Originally, I had planned to work on Cyberdam 3 days in a week, but for the coming month, I'm going to reduce it to only 2 days a week, which leaves me only 2 days of working on the VR project in a week, which is not enough in theory, not even close. But I'm a bit of a workaholic, and instead of working normal 8 hours a day, I do 11 and have been for the past 2 months. And to top it off, I'm going to work an extra day in the weekends for the coming month. So, my planning is as follows. On Mondays and Tuesdays, I'm going to work on Cyberdam for about 11 hours a day. Then on Wednesday, I'm going to create a YouTube video and do some business administration and do the FSR and DLSS support on Discord. Then on Thursdays and Fridays, I'm going to work on the VR project, also for 11 hours a day. And then in the weekends, I'm going to also work on the VR project for maybe 10, 11 hours. So now that you have all the context about my current time schedule, let's talk crunch time. For anyone who has been living under a rock for the past few years and doesn't know what crunch time is refers to an extended period of time that developers are pressured by upper management to do overtime. Developers are asked to do 50 to, in some extreme cases, even 80 hours a week. Often, the extra hours are unpaid. Let's make my perspective on crunch time very simple. I think crunch time is really bad, and I think that management should never ever be able to ask a developer to do unpaid overtime and put in more hours than what they agreed to when they signed the original contract. By doing so, I think they cross a serious line, and there's a massive conflict of interest, and it's just waiting for abusive power dynamics. But how does this work if there is no upper management? It's just you, or, well, in this case, me. I normally work around 55 hours a week, and for the past and coming month, I have increased it to 66 hours. Am I forcing myself into crunch time here? I can work 40 or 80 hours a week, but I write my own paychecks, so they stay the same. You could say that part of my hobby time is also going to game development, but isn't this just an excuse? Personally, I don't think I am forcing crunch time on myself. I don't feel the physical or mental stress effects, and my social life is not really suffering from it yet. The first week of April will mark the end of the VR project, and I will let you know if I still think I'm just a workaholic and I just really like my job, or if I have put myself in crunch time and should have found ways to prevent it. On that note, my allotted time for making this YouTube video is over. Please like it, subscribe to it, and I will see you next week.